This is the Tank G from Lekato, G meaning guitar, and they do have a Tank B for bass. I'm sure you've probably seen this in one form or another on YouTube in the last year. I've had it for about 6 months and this video is way overdue. Anyway, this rather simple looking unit has a built-in 300 milliamp battery that lasts about 12 hours on a full charge. It weighs about 613 grams, so less than a pound and a half, and it comes with 9 different types of amps, 8 IRs, 9 different effects, and it has 9 banks of 4 presets, so 36 presets in all. Let's take a close look and then we'll get into the basic functions here shortly. Across the top you have your 4-foot switches and all the controls to adjust your presets. On the side you have this XLR cable, 1/4-inch input, auxiliary input, headphone output, 1/4-inch output, your on-off switch, and your USB-C. When you turn it on, it's going to light up like an Arab bodega. To access presets, you simply press the foot switch. To change presets, if you want to bypass it, just press it again. The LED display shows what bank you're in. To change the banks, up or down, to bank down, you press those two at the same time and then choose whatever preset. To bank up, you press these two at the same time. It banks up, and again, choose whichever preset you want. Once you're in whatever bank you want, you can either use it in preset mode, which you just leave it alone, or you can edit whatever you want in live mode by pressing those two quickly, and now you're in live mode. Now you can make adjustments. As you can see, the ones that are blinking are the ones that are already on in that preset. To turn on a new effects, press the button, and now you can adjust the parameters of that preset. Blue is delay, purple is reverb, mod is green, and red is your amp type. Then over here you have noise gate and your master. Over here you have IR cab selection. Over here on your amps you have your volume, bass, middle, and treble, and your gain, and you can adjust the type of amp with this button right here, with this knob. It's not a button, it's a knob. Now if you want to save that preset, all you got to do is, if you want to change banks, you change banks. Let's say we want to save it into bank 7, preset 1. So we're at bank 7 now, and we're going to hold preset 1 until it starts blinking. It's going to do its thing, and now it's set. Now you're going to get out of preset mode, and that's the one that we just set up. Holding the two inners to connect to Bluetooth, or you can hold it for your tuner. It's pretty self-explanatory, but in tuning mode, green is in tune, sharp, flat. To get out of tuning mode, press it again. To Bluetooth to your phone, you have to hold it, and you'll see the green light blinking. Then you should be able to pair it. Now before we go any further, Lekato did provide this unit to me for the purpose of this review. However, I'm not being compensated in any way by Lekato, and all opinions expressed are my own. For the Tank G, you have 2 software options. A mobile app that connects through Bluetooth and desktop software that you can connect via USB cable. Both applications allow you to edit and save settings with a decent interface, and you can even load your own IRs and in some cases presets. The preloaded amps and IRs are already pretty good, so connecting the Tank G to the mobile app isn't necessary, but it's rather convenient for editing. The 9 different effects in the Tank G can be used 3 at a time, and I've created this quick reference sheet to use while using the desktop or mobile app or the panel of the Tank to show which effects, IRs, and amps, so you're familiar with each, because the apps don't show you and they only show like a numerical value of everything. You can download this PDF down in the description from my Google Drive, and always remember, anything you download from anyone, including me, always scan for viruses and malware. So let's fire this thing up, look at the basic functions, and then we'll take a look at some of the effects within the application and play around with a few presets. I'm going to run the Tank G straight into my Studio One via USB-C, and what you're going to hear is exactly what you would hear from headphones, the XLR output, or even the 1/4-inch output into your interface. The exact sound you may get when you plug it into an amp may vary due to the fact that every amp and speaker is not built the same. So once you've gone to lekatodeal.com and you've downloaded the software, there'll be a link in the description down below. Unzip it, fire it up, and then this right here is what it'll look like. It'll say waiting for device to connect. Connect the Tank G to the USB-C, then turn it on. And there you go, it says Tank G. We're going to click on Tank G and move it so you can see it. And over here I got my quick reference sheet so I can kind of show you. This is going to be better to view on a computer screen. Otherwise, just download the PDF, because everything's going to kind of look small here if you're trying to view it from phone, and I'm sorry, that's just the way I got it set up. Okay, so this is what the Audio for All driver will look like, and when you start up Studio One or whatever DAW you're using, you may have to go up to your options right here and select Audio for All and hit Control Panel and make sure your input and outputs are correct so you can monitor through headphones through the Tank G. So let's sample a couple presets. Let's just start out with one right here. Okay. It's a nice clean preset, and let's look at our cheat sheet to find out what some of these sounds and amps and IRs are. So if we look at the cheat sheet here, there's using no IR, it's at 0, so up here the IR cab is turned off. If you look at the amp type down here, it says amp type 1 based on an AC30. A Vox AC30, yep. And then we got reverb right here. Reverb is down in the first notch right there, so it's just a simple spring reverb. So this is going to just sound like a reverbed AC30. Kind of jingly, sparkly. Probably be better if I had a single coil, but I'm using this Squier with the JB in it. Let's check out another one. Most of these banks have a couple clean ones, a couple dirty ones. So let's go over to bank 4 on that one. And as you can see on here, you get a little noise. Turn up that noise suppressor, knocks that noise down. So this is the preset. Yep, it gets all sorts of squealy. So let's look at the amp type. The amp type is 6, so if you look at your cheat sheet, the amp type is based on a Marshall JCM 800, and the IR over here is 8, so they're using based on a Diesel V30. Well, the Diesel with a vintage 30 Celestion IR speaker. And then over here, reverb, you're still using a room reverb. Up in this third part here, it would be spring and then cloud, and they're just using a regular analog delay and no mod. But we'll get into another mod in a second. So that's how you use the cheat sheet and reference and see what you're actually using. Let's bank up to 2, and then you choose. Let me show you what this cloud reverb does. It's almost like a shimmer reverb. Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's not quite a shimmer reverb, but it has a nice cool sound to it. And then your phase, your other ones over here, chorus, phaser, and tremolo. It's your typical. Let's jump up to 9. And we're going to go fourth one now. Amp type on this one is based 9, based on a Mesa Boogie dual rectifier. And the cabinet they're using is number 8. It's also the Diesel V30. But you can also dial it back to 4 and make it a Mesa Boogie. Well, let's put it back up to 8 because that's what it was on. And see, it's got some great tones in there already before you even start playing with them. Now, with live mode on the panel, of course, to adjust anything on this, you have to put it into live mode. However, if you're in the software, you can just turn them on and off, and you'll see the changes being made in real time over here. However, if you make changes over here, it's not going to show in real time over here. I wish it would. I don't know why it doesn't. It would be so much better. So, you got that. Now, let me show you how to load an IR. So up here, you got IR file, open IR file. You click it, and I've got some IRs already here. Now this is just going to be this is a Glenn Fricker free download of an IR for a vintage 30 with a 440 pure type microphone, and we're going to select that. Here, before we select it, now select it, and then you're going to have to turn up the IR level. Unfortunately, after every time you change the level, you have to hit select again. Now, if you wanted to keep that IR file, you would select which channel you want to put it in and click Save IR Data to Device. Over here, you got a button for factory restore. You can just restore your amps and IRs. And then you can import presets. I haven't figured out how to do that yet. Just haven't played with it enough. And you can do bypass and loopback as well. So I'm just going to switch off here and switch back over here. Now let's try to record something in real time. Not bad for just kind of improvising. That's it for recording in real time. So let me give you my final thoughts on this cool piece of gear. So for $79, you get a very well-built, all-metal enclosure, fun multi-effects pedal with IRs and amps that you can use for recording, practicing, performing, or whatever. You could probably plug it right into a PA or a mixer and perform without even carrying around a big heavy amp or cabinet. And it's small enough that it fits right in your guitar case. With a decent set of headphones, this makes a great practice tool for when you want to play, but you need to remain quiet or while you're traveling. If you have or had the Lekato Cube Baby, and you found it limited in its abilities, and you want a lot more options without spending too much, this just might be what you're looking for. That's going to do it for today. There is a product affiliate link in the description if you're interested. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.